Hello, my name is Ryan Brumbelow, and I teach technology and education at Mill Creek Middle School in Cherokee County. I've been a teacher for 18 years now, and 17 of those years I've been at Mill Creek. I was at Woodstock Elementary beforehand, teaching fourth grade, but now I teach sixth through eighth engineering and technology education. I got my bachelor's from Kennesaw State University. It's in middle school education with a concentration in science and math. I got my master's degree in instructional technologies from here at West Georgia, and I'm currently pursuing my specialist in this class. In my 18 years of work, I've taught every subject except for English language arts. I've taught literacy workshop and reading as well, but I've never led a class called English and language arts. There was a time during COVID, I also taught like PE and study skills and things like that because teachers were out during COVID, so I had to fill in for them. I have found that all this has gave me the ability to adapt pretty quickly and learn fast and be able to think on my feet pretty well and take on things pretty quickly. I'm currently pursuing my degree in instructional technologies, as I said before. I want to be better informed in this field so I can better instruct students and colleagues too in these ideas. My goal is to join the instructional technology support group in our system and help teachers better understand and utilize instructional technologies in their classrooms. That's a long-term goal, though. During the pandemic, at first it was a little strange, but I was pretty fine altogether. I'm married with two kids at the time; they were 2 and 6, and so that was a hard part adjusting to all that. But I helped with the kids during the day, and at night I would put lessons together and record videos, and so uh, I was able to turn my class into an asynchronous class and address students through that. And then if they had questions, I would address them throughout the day through email or conferencing if we needed to. I came up with some new ideas, instructional videos, and things like that to help students navigate during that time. And other teachers used my ideas and videos. I also started a workout routine and found hobbies I could do with family during that time. It was weird, but I mean, in the end, I was doing all right. As I mentioned before, I found myself turning my class into an asynchronous one. I would check in with my students and see how they were doing, but assignments were usually not direct instruction. I found that I could make fun activities for them to do and keep them amused, and then they could work with their families with them too. I was teaching literacy workshop at the time, and so I would have them read stories to their families or make board games and things like that, and then they could play them. So it was something to do, just break the monotony of math grill and drill and stuff like that. And when we returned to pandemic, I was nominated lead digital teacher and teacher of the year, so I guess I did all right with it. To relieve stress, generally, just right now, currently, I either play games or I read. I like to read a lot. I also like to play board games with my family, video games sometimes. I also play competitive card games. It keeps me social, keeps my mind agile. Recently, I've taken up chess. I'm not very good at it, but I'm enjoying it. This class has four learning objectives that we're going to work through. So, the first is developing competencies and evaluating, selecting, and integrating online and internet resources in the curriculum, including those for special and multicultural needs. I feel I'm pretty good at the first part of that for general ed, but I could definitely use some work on the special education students. I've had students that were classified as severe and intellectually profound disabled, and I frequently was at a loss what to do with them. Me and their teacher would work together, but it was hard for both of us because we both obviously didn't have expertise in both of the fields. So they seemed to be proficient in the class, or they would have no background at all. There was no in between, and it was hard to bridge that gap. The second learning target is developing competencies and performing successfully online. I feel I'm proficient in that area, but I believe there are things that I can improve upon, mostly through modern things. I'm pretty antiquated probably in what my things are self-taught, so I'd like to know more technical theory behind it. Third target is to discuss some of the basic issues and trends and services on the internet using various strategies and methods and resources discussed. We've already started this kind of with the last discussion. I felt like I got a lot out of that. It's one of the areas I can improve most, though. I don't have much time to explore those concepts, and so I'd like to learn more how to do that. Fourth target is to identify resources for staying current in applications online services on the internet. I do not feel I've kept up well with these trends. Yet again, I don't really have time to look those up, so I would like to be more familiarized with them. And I've done some through classes, but I would like to dive more depth into them. I used to look at blogs and things like that, but I just don't really have time to search for them independently anymore. And in this class, I hope I learn how to utilize those things and find internet applications and tools to better myself and my students and learn how to utilize those better. I also want to learn how to pass that knowledge down to students and coworkers so I can have greater efficacy with them. I do want to learn how to keep those skills evergreen, though. I feel like some of mine are, like I said, older, and I want to get them more where I can apply them throughout my life. Anyway, nice meeting you. Thanks.